Welcome back. The Gold Cup is up and running. Formula is here with me as well. You don't know from you see me, you see Formula, or you see Wade, or you see Eddie. One big family, right?
True.
Well, we are coming off our opening victory in the much anticipated matchup against Suriname. Um, want to say big up to JD and Marlon for being on Formula's channel earlier
Yeah,
and
man.
contributing to the discussion.
And
It,
everybody else that came on too.
yeah, being it ended up that a lot of the things that were said actually panned out in the match. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Um, now, Formula, I'm going to ask you impressions first. What do you think of the match on a whole? Um,
From start to finish.
yes, because reason why I ask it in that way is because the the first half is very different than the second half. So
True.
yeah, so let's look at it as a whole match first, and then we can dissect it by the half.
Um, I mean, it has to be a good match for us because we won, right?
Yeah,
You know, it was a decent match, decent result. I mean, in my opinion, it wasn't the most impressive performance, right? I think the opposition or the team that we were playing also had something to do with that as well. I personally think that the team that we were playing was not a very good team. I mean, decent team, but there was clearly a difference in quality.
yeah,
They never looked at any point in time like they were going to be threatening us,
yeah,
right? Like they really posed like they didn't look at any point in time like they had any intention of breaking us down.
yeah,
Um, the lack of intensity, the lack of intent,
yes,
the lack of ambition, so to speak, at points in the game is a bit of a concern to me. I sincerely hope that it's a case that we can do better and we sort of play down to our opponents rather than just going all out full cylinders and dis- dismissing them off the pitch.
yeah.
A
But from a
certain
different perspective, though, if you get the job done without getting out a second gear in the first game, you can't really complain.
and
You want
yeah,
to get
and
out of there with as like the least amount of injuries possible. Pick
yeah,
up 3 points. From a fan perspective, sure, we'd have loved to see another goal or two, but
yeah,
looking at it overall, it's always tricky to start out a competition. You know,
true,
starting out a cup competition with this kind of format, group and then knockout. Um, definitely getting the 3 points on the table. The first goal is definitely important. So no, you have not to say that you want to drop any points, but you have room for error now.
true.
You know what I mean?
But we have to do better going forward though, in terms
Mm,
of going forward in the competition. I mean, that was one of the perspectives that I was looking at it from as well,
yeah,
that it could be a case that we played down to the opponent because we had the luxury of being able to do so,
yeah,
and it not negatively affecting us. But we are, when we come up against better opposition, we are definitely going to have to, against Costa Rica, we're definitely gonna have to up our game. We can't do this against Costa Rica,
definitely, definitely.
right?
Um, looking forward now. No, actually, before we look forward, let's look back. Like we said, first of all, it was a game of two different halves.
True.
Um, the game was pretty much wrapped up. There are a lot of positives in the game, and I find there are a lot more positives than negatives. So I don't want anybody to come here and think that we have
True.
negative problems with the game. Um,
Yeah.
I think what I could see from the first half, there was a certain level of discipline, especially in getting back in the defense that we didn't necessarily have in the second half when the game became a little bit more open. Um, Definitely, though, I think we need to put it in perspective. It's not the strongest team, but it's not the weakest team either. And I think it's probably the
Yeah,
best team we could have asked to start the competition against.
agreed, agreed, agreed. To be
All right.
fair, though, in a Primo, Suriname is is a decent team in the competition in terms of when you look at all the teams in the
Yeah.
competition. And if we could have had such an easy game, an easy victory at that against
Yeah.
them, I think it does speak well for our chances of doing fairly well in this
Yes.
tournament.
I think the best way to put the match it wasn't exciting, but it was comfortable.
Primo, wasn't exciting is an understatement.
Yeah.
Primo, the match was dead boring. Primo.
No, I wouldn't say that because put it this way.
Especially the second half.
Yeah, the second half, but we were treated to two good goals.
True.
They wrapped up the match in the first 20 minutes. So if it was boring,
Yeah.
we can't really complain.
Yeah.
That shows some level of efficiency. They
Yep.
kept a clean sheet, and we haven't
Yep.
done that in a while. So we have to look
Yeah.
at the big picture and appreciate.
Yeah, man.
Our defenders played well.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So
The
in
positives far outweigh the negatives.
all, yeah. So in all, wrapping that up, I think it's a positive start. You know what I mean? There's definitely room for improvement, but I'll give the team overall 6.5 to 7 out of 10 for the performance.
7? Yeah. 7 because of a victory.
And not conceding a goal.
And not true. And not looking like at any point in time they were going to concede either.
Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll definitely be back to discuss things in detail. You'll probably see us live later on. I want to thank Formula for joining me, and definitely thank him for inviting me on the channel today. Definitely somebody that I like working with, and I like having his perspective on my channel as well. All right, guys, like and subscribe.